Great nations project power through concentrated circles of technological superiority, each circle smaller than the one preceding it with increased exiguity. For instance, nations that have mastered space launch, advanced electronics, and nuclear technology sit around in a much smaller inner circle, while those that are merely consumers sit outside on a larger one. Optimized to the peculiarities of India's specific atmospheric conditions, including particulate profile, temperatures, and weather, will be difficult to deploy. A lack of jet engine development progress will continue to haunt India as truly disruptive technologies such as hypersonic flight and weapons begin making their way into production. Interestingly, although air-breathing aircraft jet engines are in many ways related to the other aviation rocket engines such as ramjets and scramjets, they're still quite distinct. Mastery of rocket engine may not guarantee mastery over the aviation jet engine. Jet engine's longer life cycle, rotating parts, human payload, and maintenance make it significantly more challenging to designer at the aircraft design and the development is very costly enterprise. The fixed costs involved in design and manufacturing of a new aircraft for the companies involved in design and manufacturing is very high. This is so even if the government carries some of the financial burden. However, despite the consequent reduction in cost, designing and building a modern state-of-the-art fighter aircraft such as F-18 cost the design and manufacturing companies about almost $5 billion in 1975. These costs remain much too high for manufacturers to bear at present. The Indian aircraft industry is dominated by one big public sector player, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Starting out as a private company, HAL was nationalized at the time of independence. It is involved in both designing and manufacturing aircraft. Alongside HAL, the Defense Research and Development Organization such as DRDO is responsible for research and development. Until the economic reforms of 1991, private players were not allowed to operate in the aircraft industry in India. Since then, a few big businesses have expressed interest in entering into the field. A few more government-owned and run organizations exist, such as NAL, National Aeronautics Laboratories, and the ADA, Aircraft Development Agency. Being government-owned and run as part of Ministry of Defence, these organizations suffer from the ills of bureaucracy and reliance upon the government for funds and clearances for R&D. Moreover, projects are mostly undertaken only when a specific requirement is projected by the user to the government. This situation leads to difficulties in retention of expertise and lack of regular R&D in cutting-edge technologies. HAL and DRDO have had some success in the design and manufacturing of trainers such as HT-2, HJT-16, both of which saw extensive service with the IAF. Fighter projects such as HF-24 Marriott did not meet full design performance expectations due to the non-availability of engine. Jet engine requires high-end processed superior alloy materials and high technological infrastructure to build, which cost crores and crores of money. Jet engines are used in supersonic jets, aircraft, turbocraft vehicles, static industrial machines, etc. Jet engines are one of the most challenging and complex machines ever made. They are really engineering marvels. Best fighter engines are produced by only a couple of companies in the world with a decade of experience. India cannot ask whole world to give such this sophisticated technology because only a handful of nations could manage to develop modern fighter jet engines